desert sun beat down on the cracked asphalt, shimmering in waves that distorted the horizon. I'd been driving for hours, the monotonous drone of the engine a lullaby I was struggling to fight. My destination was a remote research outpost, a place more rumor than reality to most, where I was supposed to deliver a package of highly sensitive equipment. The remoteness was the point, the isolation a safeguard. Or so I thought. Then I saw him, a lone figure standing by the side of the desolate highway, a dark silhouette against the blinding light. He wore a nondescript jacket, even in the oppressive heat, and carried no bag, no sign of travel, just standing. There was something unsettling about his stillness, an unnatural poise that prickled the hairs on my arms. He wasn't waving, wasn't flagging me down with any urgency, just waiting. Against my better judgment, a primal instinct screaming at me to keep driving, I slowed. The closer I got, the more details emerged. His face was gaunt, his eyes dark and recessed, set in a face that seemed too old for his apparent age. There was a faint, almost imperceptible tremor in his hands as he gestured vaguely in my direction. He looked like a man consumed, a hollowed-out vessel. He opened the passenger door without asking, sliding in with a disconcerting smoothness. "Going east," he rasped, his voice dry and brittle, like dead leaves skittering across pavement. "East is a long way," I managed, my voice tighter than I'd intended. "This is my stop," he said, nodding towards the empty expanse ahead. Not a town, not a landmark, just the endless desert. A shiver traced its way down my spine. We drove in silence for a while, the air thick with unspoken tension. I tried to make small talk, asking about his journey, where he was headed. He offered vague, evasive answers, his gaze fixed on the vanishing point of the highway. Then he started to hum. It was a low, guttural sound, devoid of melody, a dissonant drone that seemed to seep into the very metal of the car. It wasn't human. It felt ancient, alien, a sound that belonged to the earth's deepest, darkest corners. As the humming continued, a strange sensation began to creep over me. My fingers felt numb, my vision blurred at the edges. It was as if the air itself was growing heavier, pressing in on me. I glanced at him, and his eyes, those dark, sunken pools, seemed to glow with a faint, unholy light. A dark aura, like tendrils of smoke, began to writhe around him, coalescing and expanding. He turned to me then, a slow, deliberate movement. His lips curved into a smile, but it was a terrible thing, a rictus of pure malice. "You shouldn't have stopped," he whispered, and the sound was no longer brittle, but thick, viscous, like something being dragged from a swamp. The humming intensified, a physical force that vibrated through my bones. The car began to shudder, not from the road, but from some unseen energy radiating from my passenger. The dashboard lights flickered erratically, casting grotesque shadows on his contorted face. I tried to accelerate, to escape, but the gas pedal felt dead beneath my foot. The car was no longer mine. He reached out, his hand skeletal and impossibly cold, and touched my arm. A searing pain shot through me, as if icy fire was being injected directly into my veins. The dark energy pulsed, surging from him, and I felt my very essence being leached away, my consciousness fraying at the edges. The desert outside warped and twisted, the sky bleeding into shades of unnatural crimson and violet. He wasn't just a hitchhiker. He was a conduit, a physical manifestation of the desert's ancient, hungry void. And I was its offering. Welcome to the Aquilophiles. Did you really think it was safe to stop for strangers in the middle of nowhere? Now you know. You can't outrun the void. Sweet dreams.